Recorded. Okay, so in our last session, I think we were going through statistical forecasting. I think we have seen what is a forecast profile. So first we have to go to demand planner. Okay, under demand planner, we have manage forecast models app. So you'll we have manage forecast models app. So you'll go to manage forecast model app to create a statistical forecasting model. Okay.
Yeah.
So in the statistical forecasting, what all we have? We have pre-processing, we have forecasting, and we have post-processing. Okay. So to create a model, I'll click create. Once I click create, it will ask me choose the planning area. So I'll choose the planning area, and I have these steps: general, pre-processing, forecasting, and post-processing. So we just went through a very high level overview, seeing what step does what. So today let's go in detail and try to run a stat forecasting and see how system behaves. Okay. So in general, first what we have to give some model name. Okay. So I will give some name here. Okay. Test demo 001. So I have given same description. So it is asking me periodicity. So what does that mean here? Whether I want to run statistical forecasting in weekly buckets or in monthly buckets. So what bucket you want to run the statistical forecasting? So usually day no one will run statistical forecasting. Okay, ideally. It's week or month. Usually any company runs statistical forecasting in weeks or in months.
Okay.
So I am selecting week here. Okay. So it is asking me how much history you want to take into consideration for generating statistical forecasting. So it's like I want to take my 3 years of history. So 3 years means how many, what I have to give 52 into 3. Somewhere around 156, right? 156 weeks I want to take my past, and it is asking me how much
Forecasting.
what are the forecast periods. How much? So I'll give 104, means 2 years I want to forecast for future.
Yes.
Okay. Here it is asking me what is my error measure calculation horizon. Means for every forecasting, see, forecasting is not accurate, right? Forecasting is all about predicting. Means I am telling tomorrow I will sell 100 products. You might sell 80, you might sell 120, right? So there is some error always with forecasting. Always there comes some error. Right. So it is asking to calculate that error, how much horizon you need to consider. So I'll tell system consider my full forecast horizon to calculate the errors also. 104 weeks. This is disregarding leading null. So if I on this, what will happen is now I'm telling system you calculate 3 months of history. Sorry, 3 years of history. You read 3 years of history and calculate 2 years of forecast. I'm telling system, right? Now, I am having a company, let us think ITC. Okay. Now ITC is, they manufacture a lot of products, right? They manufacture atta, right? They manufacture noodles, they manufacture butter, they manufacture a lot of things. Now last year only they started coming to dairy business also. Let us think like milk. Okay. Last year only. Now, if I'm telling system calculate 3 years of history, take 3 years of history and calculate 2 years of forecast, Atta is good. It is having past 3 years of history. In fact, it is there from last 10 years. Noodles also good. It is also there from last 8-9 years. So noodles also will have. Butter also good. But this new milk business, what ITC started, it will have only 1 year of history. Right. Before 1 year, what will it will have? It will have all null. Right. It will have blank. There is no history. So if system considers these 3 years and if it considers that as blanks, so while calculating statistical forecast, it will give blank because it is thinking that you have not done major sales at all in 2 years. It is blank. So it will give blank, 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 some 10 quantity like this, blank, 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 some 20 quantity like this. So like this, it will tell future, which is absolutely wrong. Right. Every week ITC will sell. but they are not having sufficient history. So what I will tell system, I am telling system disregards nulls, okay, leading nulls. Means what all zeros are in the leading zeros, those all will be disregarded, and only for milk, it will take 1 year of history into consideration to calculate the forecast. It will not take 3 years.
Okay. So even though
Okay,
the
you
setup is
understand?
3 years, but if we just enable that radio button, then it works. I mean, ignoring that.
It will just disregard the leading nulls. So if I'm having only 1 week leading nulls and I have 2 years, 11 months of history, it will consider 2 years, 11 months only as my history. That leading null will not be taken into account to calculate your forecast. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, got it.
So important thing is only leading nulls are disregarded. If you have nulls in between, okay, means 1 month I sold 100, next month I did not sell, next month I sold 90, next month I did not sell, again I sold some 110. It will not, it will consider these nulls. It will not disregard them. Okay. Only leading nulls. I mean, if I have only nulls, null, only these kind of how many buckets that product portfolio is having, that many buckets it will disregard. Okay.
Yeah.
And this one is there, right? This is the very new feature which just was launched last week. Okay. I mean, from last week only, this feature is there. Delete existing forecast results for items without history. Okay. So if you select this, what will happen is for some products, right? So statistical forecasting, you run as a job. You in the job you select lot of products and all, right? And you run ideally. So what happens sometimes, if you don't have any history, okay, then also there will be already forecast in your portfolio. Suppose it is there. Like suppose I'll just give you an example. I have history. Okay. So last from 2 years I'm calculating forecast. So there is some forecast. Now what happened? This product got stopped in market. Okay. This product got stopped, and we are not, no more this manufacturing is happening. So what users planners will do, they will remove this history and they will put on some other product, or they will remove the history for that product. They'll tell this product is sold, this is no more. But usually what will happen when they remove this history, they will forget to remove this forecast. Okay. They will leave the statistical forecast like that only, because it will not cause any issue. They'll just leave it like that. Okay. So now with this new feature, what they are telling, if you don't have history on your product, then in my statistical forecast profile only, I can tell remove the forecast also. So system will remove this 100. Okay. So if in your organization, if you have any such cases, then you can select this no deletion. Okay. Delete like that. You have some options: delete forecast and impact analysis result of forecast. It means it is telling you delete the forecast and do some impact analysis. In the log, it will give you some analysis, like these many products got affected, like that. It will give some logs. Okay. It is asking delete only exposed forecast. So we'll see what is exposed forecast, and if your company is using exposed forecast, then you can select this option. Okay. It is saying delete both exposed and forecast also. So if you have any such scenario where you have no history but you have forecast, and if you want to delete such combinations, you can choose that. Okay. Now it is asking offset for historical periods. Now what I am telling system, you calculate, you take my 156 weeks of history, right? And you calculate forecast for 104 weeks of future. Okay. So what system will do? 156 weeks means system will consider from previous week, from 21. This week, it will go 156 weeks in back exactly. Okay. Starting from this week. Okay. And it will check all the history and it will calculate forecast from 28 to like that 104 weeks in future. Okay. Means it will give forecast of current week, next week, next week, like that. It keeps on giving forecast. Okay. Now suppose if I give offset as -1. Suppose offset I have given in history -1. Okay. Then system what it will do? Normally this is the week. From this week it is going 156 week back, right? Since I have given -1, system will treat 14 to 20 as the starting week. Okay. And it will go 156 weeks backwards. Okay. So if I give +1, what will happen? System will think, though I am on 5th March, system will think system will this till this week. So 7 to 13 also it will be considered as 156th week. 28 to 6th will be 155th week. 21 to 27 will be 154th week. Like that, it will go 156 weeks back, considering 7th as the starting week, 7th March as a starting week. So +1 means it will go forward, -1 means it will go backward. So similar concept for forecast also. Like forecast from current week, it will get calculated. Now, if suppose I don't want system to calculate forecast for next 4 weeks. So usually what will happen, next 4 weeks, you want to freeze. I mean, you don't want system to calculate any statistical forecast, because you want to, you have already done some changes and you don't want system to overwrite them, because next 4 weeks are always important, right? You will have some real time information also. So you don't want to touch them. So you'll leave next 4 weeks as it is, and you'll tell system after 4 weeks you calculate statistical forecast. Then what system will do? It will leave this week from 28th week to 104 weeks. It will calculate. It will generate the forecast. Okay, so that is about offset for history periods and offset for forecast periods. Okay, frozen forecast periods. Now there is slight difference between offset and frozen. So if I give offset of 4, okay, I have given frozen 4. So what will happen? So if I'm giving offset as 4, okay. So suppose now on 5th May, if I give offset of 4, what will happen? System will take 28th as the starting week and it will calculate forecast for 104 periods, right? If I give frozen, what system will do? It will start reading current week as only forecast generation. But first 4 weeks, since I have given 4 weeks as frozen, first 4 weeks it will not generate any forecast. And from 28 week till 100 weeks, it will generate forecast. Till 100, not 104.
Okay, yeah, correct. As it is 4 is frozen.
From current date, it is 104. From this date, it is 100 because 4 weeks frozen. Right? So it will not generate. So here, what is happening here? The periods are getting shifted. Okay, here the periods are not getting shifted. Whatever number you have given, their forecast is not visible. Its system will not. In both the cases, forecast is not generated. Okay, but slight difference here. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to consider life cycle planning, you have to take this. So life cycle planning is a different concept, NPI. So if you want that new product introduction planning, if you want to do that, you have to mandatorily tick this profile. If you untick this, you can't use life cycle planning in this particular profile. Okay. So once you tick this, these also will get enabled. So if you want them, you can tick them either, or if you don't want, you no need to tick them. So we will see this once we go to life cycle planning. But for now, yeah, if you want life cycle planning to be used in statistical forecasting, it's mandatory. You have to tick this.
Okay.
Okay, so that's about the general settings of forecast profile. You are good. You understood all the things here.
Yeah. It's fine.
Yeah. So going to pre-processing steps. So in pre-processing steps, basically you have